Thank you. Can you guys see the slides okay?
Slides look perfect.
Wonderful. Well, welcome everyone to check it out. I'm so glad to be seeing you guys today. And we're going to get started. Let me see. There we go. My name is Janeé Jackson-Doering. I'm the Youth Services Consultant for the State Library of Iowa. If you need to contact me, there's my email address. It's Janeé.Jackson-Doering or -Doering at iowa.gov. My phone number. Please let me know what you're up to. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or just want a library visit. I've been visiting other libraries in the state a couple weeks ago. So please let me know if you'd like for me to come out and say welcome and say, hey, I'm here to help you. So there's my contact information. So please reach out. So today's plan, we are going to cover Storytime standouts. We're going to cover 2 board book roundups. There's just 2 board books because I wanted to keep this kind of short. We're going to cover 2nd and 3rd grade chapter books, teen fiction, picture books, early readers, middle grade, graphic novels and manga. I'll also cover what I'm reading or what I'm soon going to be reading because I have to pick up my holds today, and collection development items. And I have a special announcement as well. So let's get started. So we're going to cover first story time standouts. What do I mean by story time standouts? For those of you who are new to this, I pick books that are the best books for story time because it's very hard to find really quality books for story time. And I'm going to move my camera because I have my notes. The first book on my list is Ready for Kindergarten. It's written by Bethany V. Freitas, and it's illustrated by Maha Anderson. This received a starred review in School Library Journal. And I loved this book because it shows kids getting ready to go to kindergarten and all of the things they'll learn while in kindergarten. Look at that cover. The cover is gorgeous. I love how it's diverse and inclusive. This book covers colors that they'll learn in kindergarten, shapes, learning ABCs and counting. The text is repetitive. So with each part of the spread, it'll say, you are ready for kindergarten. So each thing that they learn, whether it's ABCs, counting, or colors, it says that repetitive text, you are ready for kindergarten. I just love the colorful illustrations. I love how it's so inclusive. In the back of the book, there's a note to caregivers from the Teachers College with helpful tips to get kids ready for kindergarten, such as asking questions while reading the picture book, practice introducing themselves to other kids, talking about their feelings, starting a new school. So this would be a great recommendation for story time or great for caregivers who have kids that are heading into kindergarten or preschool teachers needing a book for kids entering to kindergarten. This will be your best bet, and this is a great book to read. My next one is Sleepy Sheepy. I just love saying that, Sleepy Sheepy. This is written by Lucy Ruth Cummins and illustrated by Pete Oswald. Now, Sleepy Sheepy was not sleepy, but it was time for bed. At least that's what the clock said. He was wired and absolutely not tired. So despite his name, Sleepy Sheepy would rather do anything else but sleep. He would rather build with blocks or roll or skateboard or knit socks than go to sleep. And his parents are tired. You can see when you look at the book, the illustrations, they've got like the bags underneath their eyes. They're just ready for this kid to go to sleep. And just when they think they've got Sleepy Sheepy ready for bed, Sleepy Sheepy runs to do something else other than go to sleep. This was a fun picture book. It's such a cute offering for a bedtime story time with pajamas. I could see a pajama-rama story time for this. I love the use of alliteration, the rhyming words. I love how it just screams phonological awareness in this story. So if you want something that's a different kind of bedtime story, but fun and engaging, get Sleepy Sheepy by Lucy Ruth Cummins. Okay, We're going to move to board book roundup, and I have 2 board books for you today. They are by the same company, and I'm going to pull up my chat real quick so that way I can see. This is The Indestructibles. Have any of you heard of the company Indestructibles? And you can put in the chat, yes, no, maybe. So Emily says yes. Ooh, new Indestructibles. Oh, yes. So for those of you that don't know, Indestructibles are really sturdy books. They're really thin board books. You can bend them, you can bite them, you can try to rip them or try to tear them. They are rip proof, chew proof, non-toxic, and 100% washable. I love these books because they're so sturdy. They have 2 brand new ones out today. First one is Hear the Sounds, and that one focuses on all of the sounds a child hears. So water drips and mud go squish, toy rattles, babies laugh, kitty purring. And so this baby is listening to all the sounds that they hear in their environment. The second book to your right is called Play in Any Weather. And this shows children playing in rain, snow, sunshine, and a windy fall day. And I love the use of colors in these books. They are high color and high contrast, which is perfect for babies and toddlers, especially because they're looking at those pictures to try to see what they're looking at. These would be great for a baby story time or a toddler story time if you need something short for that age group. Again, these are winners. Definitely pick these up because these would be wonderful books to have in your collection for caregivers or for story time. And both of these titles are written by Lizzie Doyle. And we're going to go now we're going to switch gears and we're going to move into 2nd and 3rd grade chapter books. So this is the Princess in Black, the Princess in Black series, and this one is the Prince in Black. This is book 10 of the series. It's written by Shannon Hale and Dean Hale and illustrated by Lewin Pham. And it's about the princess here, our Princess in Black, Princess Magnolia. She is planning a party, but there's some unusual animals that want to come to the party, and she is just not down with it. She's trying to decorate, and these animals are just pretty much messing up her party. So someone comes in to save the day, and that person is the Prince in Black. The Prince in Black helps Princess Magnolia put all the decorations together and saves the party from being ruined by these unwelcome guests. If you have girls that love princesses, strong princesses that aren't just wimpy princesses in dress, if you love characters that love to party and work together and showing kids work together, definitely get the Princess in Black series. If you have never heard of it, start with book 1. But this is a wonderful, wonderful addition for 2nd grade girls. I just love this series because it shows strong princesses who are smart, that work together, and they're really confident young women. So definitely get the Prince in Black, book 10 by Shannon Hale and Dean Hale. Okay, I had to add this book right away. I got this book at ALA. It doesn't come out till August, but I read it overnight and it was so cute. This is called The Story of Gumluck the Wizard. This is the first book in the series, and it's written and illustrated by Adam Rex. This received star reviews in Kirkus and Publishers Weekly, and this is about Gumluck the Wizard. He's a short, friendly, plucky young wizard who lives inside a big hill, and he really, really, really wants to be a hero. And readers, when they're reading this book, they see Gumluck, and he's trying to do the bidding of these rude, ungrateful characters that he's working with. There's a lady that comes in to his little house, and she wants a new dress. And Gumluck gives her a new dress, although it's not really what she wanted. Basically, her dress is put together by mice. And so she's walking out while the mice are sewing her dress together. So he's trying to do the right thing, but he's kind of a noodlehead about it. And so all the townspeople kind of ridicule him, and he's trying to pursue being crowned the harvest hero in this year's annual festival. But he gets some tough love from Helvetica. Helvetica is this snarky raven who's basically helping him kind of see the truth about himself. And he gets a nighttime visit from the truth fairy who kind of helps Gumluck find his voice and find the direction he needs to go. This is a story that's told in black and white pencil illustrations, and they really bring out the characters to life. They really bring the story to life. Helvetica is very snarky and very sarcastic. I really enjoyed that raven because she narrates the story and she addresses the reader directly, and she does call him a noodlehead quite a bit. It's a funny tall tale. If you have second or third graders who are looking for something just with a tall tale, if they love wizardry and magic, this is the book to put in their hands, the story of Gumluck the Wizard. Hey, our next book is called Falling Out of Time. This is book 2 in the series. This is written by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This received 2-star reviews in School Library Journal and Publishers Weekly. Something to note, the first book in this series, Running Out of Time, was published in 1995. So time plays a pivotal role in this story for both novels. For those that don't know, in Running Out of Time, Jessie and her family, they live in the frontier town of Clifton, Indiana in 1840, or so the girl thinks. It's actually 1996, and their home is a reconstructed village that serves as a tourist site. When diphtheria breaks out and the children of Clifton begin dying, Jessie's mother sends her out into the threatening outside world to find help and secure medicine that can cure this dreaded disease. And Zola discovers she's related to Jessie, and her seemingly perfect utopian world is covering up a dark reality. And that's where Falling Out of Time comes in, is that Zola, she's understanding that she has this connection to Jessie, and she discovers that she's stuck in this fake utopian future. And others who are relegated to this dark dystopian future are counting on her help to help them escape. If you have kids that like dystopian literature and just kind of different situations, something that's different from the norm, put Falling Out of Time and the first book in their hands so that way they can connect with the stories. Okay, we are moving on to teen fiction. And the first book on my list is called Someone is Always Watching. This is written by Kelly Armstrong. This book received a star review in School Library Journal. And this book had me scratching my head. I will have to admit that. But it starts out with Blythe. Blythe is a good girl. She wants to be portrayed as a good girl, and she tries to do nothing wrong. She's friends with Tucker and his sister, Tanya. They all had this tight-knit, close relationship, but there was a certain incident that Tucker and Blythe were a part of, and it kind of left a bad taste in Blythe's mouth, and they kind of had a falling out as a result of this nasty situation. But all of them attend this private, prestigious STEM academy, along with their friend Gabrielle. And while they're attending school, Gabrielle is starting to act really weird. She's acting really paranoid. She's looking around in class. She's really She's being combative with the teacher. And she's like, are there cameras around? And the teacher's like, you really need to calm down. And Gabrielle's like, no, they're always watching. They're always watching. And so she's really paranoid. And Blythe, who they call Bliss, Blythe is starting to notice something's really not right here. And so she starts to go walking to the vice principal's office, where the vice principal is talking with Gabrielle to calm her fears. Well, she walks in there and Gabrielle has this huge sculpture thing above her head, and she's covered in blood. And Blythe notices that their vice principal is dead. And so Gabrielle has no recollection of what happened. And so now Blythe, Tucker, and Tanya are forced to reunite because they want to know what happened to Gabrielle because she's in a mental hospital. But they're realizing that as they start to find out more information, that their lives are a lie and real memories that they have repressed are starting to come out. So this is why this book kept me guessing. This really goes into memories and misremembered recollections and how far someone would go to create a false sense of self. If you like books that are going to leave you scratching your head and you're wondering what the heck, definitely pick up Someone Is Always Watching, which is written by Kelly Armstrong. The next book on my list is Good as Gold. This is written by Candace Buford and received a starred review in Kirkus. So this focuses on Casey. Casey is an outcast from her popular squad. She's got a lot going on and she's got a lot of problems. Her father has just lost his job and they are short on money. But after Casey has lost favoring with her popular squad, she has found a new group of friends to hang out with. And in the town that she lives in, there are secrets. And specifically, there is a sunken treasure, 100-year-old treasure that Casey and this group of friends start to look for. Casey wants to find the sunken treasure because she knows that it's going to save her family and her future. But while they go searching for this treasure, they are also digging up a lot of dangerous secrets to the surface. If you like a really good mystery, you have got to pick up Good as Gold. This is a really awesome book by Candace Buford. Our next book on the series is called This Town is on Fire. And this is written by Pamela N. Harris. And this is about Naomi Henry. And a lot is going on with Naomi Henry. She is a varsity cheerleader flyer. She's reacting to her classmates because she's decided to have her hair go natural in the afro in the picture. And she's dealing with the reaction to that. She has a crush on the guy who's always been like a brother to her as well. And she has a best friend throughout all this. Her best friend Kylie is that one girl who keeps her grounded, and she's white. And they're sisters. They're practically sisters because Naomi's mom took care of Kylie and her twin brother for years. But then something changes that dynamic of the relationship. There's a video of Kylie calling the cops on two Black teens in a shopping store parking lot. And that video has gone viral. Now, Naomi, when she hears about this, she's shaken and her town is reeling from the publicity. And Naomi is trying to reckon with Kylie and what she's done. And the other Black students in the high school that they attend are questioning their friendship. Her former workers are wondering where this new woke Naomi came from as well. So this is a complex book. There's also a bomb plot in this book that kind of also is thrown into the mix. This book reminded me of, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this book, it's called I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones. That is one of my favorite books because it talks about kind of like the race relations and the dynamics of people either coming together or breaking apart. So this is a complex read. So if you want something that's a little complex that deals with race relations, and this is definitely realistic fiction because a lot of these types of situations are happening right now, definitely pick up This Town is on Fire by Pamela N. Harris. And I will fix that ISBN before I send these slides out. So just a heads up. Apologize for that. Now we are on to picture books. Here we go. The first book for picture books is Party Hearty Kitty Corn. If you have not heard of these books, oh man, you got to get these books. This is written by Shannon Hale and illustrated by Luen Pham. This is the third book in the Kitty Corn series, and I adore these books. So Kitty Corn, our little friend here, she's the little pink cat with the little unicorn, unicorn point on her head. Kitty Corn wants to be a unicorn and is friends with Unicorn, and they do everything together. And Kitty wants to throw a party, but Kitty has an unexpected guest, which is this adorable, wonderful, cute little pug. This pug wants to attend the party, and Kitty Corn says no. And the pug is just making a mess. The pug wants to help make decorations. He wants to just have fun, but he's just really making a mess. He even takes an ice cream cone and he puts it on the top of his head in one of the pictures to make it look like he's a unicorn. And that was so cute. But to make matters worse for Kitty Corn, the unicorn loves the pup, and Kitty Corn gets jealous. She gets so jealous that she throws a tantrum, only to find out from Unicorn that they are always best friends. And there's a special gift that Unicorn has drawn for Kitty as well. The illustrations are gorgeous. I love the facial expressions of Kitty. They remind me kind of a child's face. They're very expressive. So if you have friends that love, of course, kitties and unicorns, this series is going to be your best bet. So get Party Hearty Kitty Corn. This is called I Absolutely Positively Love My Spots. This is written by Monica Arnaldo and illustrated by Nina Mata. So this is a sweet and spunky picture book about our young friend here who has been taught to rock what she's got. Our friend here has vitiligo. It's a rare skin condition, and the little girl in this story loves her spots. And her mother says, vitiligo makes you you. So throughout this story, this young little girl is just showing readers to rock what you got and be happy with what you have. She's on stage, rocking out with her friends, playing and having a good time. So this is a nice, affirming picture book for young children who have this rare skin condition. And it's important because children need to see themselves in books. In the back of the book, there's also some information about vitiligo, and there's a note that encourages kids to be proud of who they are. So definitely get I Absolutely Positively Love My Spots. Okay, our next book is Mr. S. This is written and illustrated by Monica Arnaldo, and this received a starred review in School Library Journal. So the kindergartners in room 2B noticed something strange on their first day of school. There's no teacher in the classroom. There's just a mug of coffee and, I quote, an impressive looking sandwich and a name on the board, Mr. S. And the kids are like, where's the teacher? And once a ruler drops from the teacher's desk, the kids realize that it wasn't one of them that moved the ruler. It was Mr. S. And so it begins. These kids are learning their ABCs, which super cute. A is for avocado, B is for bagel, C is for club sandwich. They're learning reading, recess, and music class, all from Mr. S, while the man outside the classroom that you think is the teacher is dealing with his car being struck by lightning, along with raccoons and a pizza man. This is a quirky book. It's a silly book from Arnaldo, and this would be a fun one to read on the first day of school. I just think this is super adorable. And in the back of the book, I love what the end where he says, the sandwich says, actually, my name is Mr. Beep, 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 and you don't know what his name is. And on the very back of the flap, you see a picture of all the teachers, and there's a picture of Mr. S, but the rest of his last name is covered in a condiment. So you don't know what his last name is. Super quirky, super fun. Give Mr. S out by Monica Arnaldo. Our next book is called Bitsy Bat School Star. This is written and illustrated by Kaz Windus. This received a starred review in Kirkus. And this is about Bitsy. Bitsy is a little bat, and she has big star dreams of making friends at her new school. And she's also a bat that does things a little differently from her classmates. And she's trying to figure out a way to thrive at school. So she hangs from a chair by her at school. Instead of painting with hands for finger painting, she uses her toes to finger paint. And for lunch, she brings an ant for a snack. And sometimes the lights are too bright for her in the classroom, or her classmates are using too loud words. And she keeps hearing, "You're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong," from Winnie the Rabbit. And all of that's happening all at once. And Bitsy starts to have a meltdown. And she just starts crying, and her family comes to pick her up. And she talks with her family about what happened. And her family helps Bitsy develop a plan. So what she does is she grabs some construction paper, and with the help of the teacher cuts out stars, and she gives a star to each classmate, and each animal has to write what makes them special. This is a sweet, encouraging picture book for children. The author, who is autistic, she gives an info page in the back of the book that defines autism, being neurodivergent. So I thought that was really helpful information in the back of the book for caregivers and parents. This was a sweet, affirming book. So definitely pick up Bitsy Bat School Star by Kaz Windus. Our next one is B is for Bananas, a Going Bananas alphabet book, written by Carrie Tillotson and illustrated by Estrella Lorenco. This received a starred review in School Library Journal, and this is about a little banana. This little banana is supposed to be getting ready for bed, but getting ready for bed is the last thing on this banana's mind. Bedtime? That's not very appealing. I know that's a bad joke, but that is in the book. This is, and Samantha's laughing. Thanks, Sam. The narration is often co-opted by the little banana. So J is for jammies, instead is instantly corrected to say, J is for jumping. Look, I can do banana splits. And the banana is literally jumping around the page and doing the splits. Or K is for keister, as in, let's get your keister to bed. So I love there's the two different narrators in the story. Every page in the book depicts with a solid eye-appealing background. The color with the banana in action is in action around the featured letter. And the one thing I really loved is I love how the banana tries to take matters into his own hands by drawing and naming other items that are not bedtime related. This is super cute. This would be a cute one for bedtime. You could pair it up with another bedtime story. And yes, there is a counting book also as well, Sam. Super cute, super fun. Definitely get B is for Bananas, a Going Bananas alphabet book. Okay, we are going to switch gears and move to, let me see, we got 11:31. We are going to move to early readers. Our first early reader is a level 2 guiding reading level book, and this is called Reina Ramos Meets a Big Puppy. And it's written by Emma Othegai and illustrated by Andres Ladazabal. And this has a guided reading level, and it's level K, so there's longer sentences in the story. This is about Reina. Reina loves to practice gymnastics. She loves to do cartwheels and flips, and she loves to practice with her friend Lila Saturdays at the park. So Reina loves to play with small dogs at the park, and she loves to practice her cartwheels. But Lila has a new dog. And when Lila brings her new puppy, which is a very huge dog, Reina is scared to admit to her friend that she's afraid of her dog. I thought this was a relatable book because we know that there might be some kids who are afraid of pets, afraid of dogs. So this is a sweet, relatable book for emerging readers. I love the fact that this book does contain words in English and Spanish, and it also has a glossary in the back of the book. So definitely check out Reina Ramos Meets a Big Puppy by Emma Othagai. Our next book is A Delicious Story. This is written and illustrated by Barney Salzberg, and this also received a starred review in School Library Journal. This is about a small mouse that wanders into the right side of the spread of the page. And the small mouse encounters a big mouse that's on the left side of the page. The big mouse admits there was a story there, a delicious one, but he ate it. And as he tries to think of a story to share with the small mouse, he has to take some time away from the page because he says, I need to be alone to create a page. And he hopes that being alone will bring a story for the small mouse. But when he finally begins to share a story, both the small mouse and the big mouse get a little surprise at the end of this book. This is super cute, a super cute story. If you liked the book with no pictures, because that white background kind of reminded me a little bit of the book with no pictures, this would be good for a beginning reader, emergent reader. I would pair the book with no pictures with this book, A Delicious Story. So super fun, a fun time for all. Oh, and Jen says, ooh, I love the book with no pictures. I do too. Also, we have Into the Rainforest. This is written by Libby Romero. And I wanted to add this and A Delicious Story into my slides because those are brand new books. And this book just came out and I got a copy at ALA. This new eye-catching series features colorful pictures that shows young pre-readers, so roughly that kindergarten age, all about items in the rainforest. There's really cool photos that show different types of things in the rainforest, and there's 2 sentences on a spread. So it's very simple sentences. Each of the vocabulary words are in bold at the bottom of the page, along with the correct pronunciation of the word. The vocabulary words that are featured were orchid, jaguar, kapok tree, tropical rainforest, and caiman. Kids learn what kinds of animals live in the rainforest, what kinds of plants and leaves are grown. The other thing to note about this new series is that each book has a glossary in the back of the book with those same vocabulary words, and they also have quiz questions as well. So definitely check out Into the Rainforest, this new DK series by Libby Romero. All right, we're going to move into middle grade books. Here we go. Our first book, this is another one I needed to get on this list because there were so many cool books and I had to get this on the list this time. This is called Mascot. This is written by Charles Waters and Tracy Sorrell. If you know Tracy Sorrell, she wrote the picture book We Are Here, or excuse me, We Are Still Here and We Are Grateful. She wrote those 2 picture books. So now she's teaming up with Charles Waters for this novel in verse. And this did receive a starred review in Kirkus. So this story takes place in Rye, Virginia. It's kind of a working class town. People work hard. And every Friday, they look forward to Friday night lights at the football stadium. And the middle school football team is always there playing Friday nights. But however, it's a racist mural and the offensive pep rally chants that shock new student Callie, who is a homeschool student who decided to come into middle school. She is a citizen of the Cherokee Nation tribe, and she's African American. And during this pep rally, there's people that are painting their faces during the rally and during lunch, and she just is really saddened, and she had to go to the bathroom to just calm herself down because she really was offended by the kids' remarks. And during her high honors English class, she shows her frustrations about the mascot and the environment that she's in by writing a poem that her teacher, Miss Williams, has asked all the kids to do. Her 5 other classmates read poems, but they all express different views because they all come from different backgrounds, different viewpoints. And after hearing all of the poems, Miss Williams, the teacher, decides to have all 6 classmates debate whether Rye's mascot should stay or change. And each middle schooler, all with different backgrounds and beliefs, they get involved in this contentious issue. And so now it's turned their quiet suburb upside down, and everyone is choosing sides and the arguments are getting ugly. This is a compelling novel in verse that's told through poems, and you really get a feel for each character. Each voice is very distinct in the book. You see friendships tested. And I thought this was a really realistic portrayal of how situations like this can challenge a town or community. So definitely get your hands on Mascot. Will on the Inside. This is written by Andrew Ilopoulos. This received a starred review in School Library Journal. And this is a realistic coming of age story about Will. Will loves playing center. Excuse me, I have to go back. I pushed the wrong button. Will loves playing center midfield on his middle school soccer team. This year, though, he's feeling kind of funny. He just hasn't been feeling right. He's losing energy, and he knows his stomach is really hurting. He goes to a new doctor, and the doctor diagnoses him with Crohn's disease. And so he has to take new medication, and he hopes that he can start feeling better quickly so he can go back to playing with his team before the season ends. But Will is noticing that the medicines are coming with side effects, and now he's sitting out of practices still. And it's kind of bumming him out because he really wants to be on the field. But he befriends a classmate named Griffin. And Griffin is a nice guy, but this could be a real problem for Will because Griffin has just asked a friend out to the spring dance. And Will kind of sees him more than a guy friend. And Will is starting to wonder what his teammates will say if they know the whole story and whether or not he's gay. He's coming to terms with his sexuality. So not only he has to worry about his classmates and what they think, he has to worry about his friends at church and what they'll think. And so all these changes are happening faster than he can process. And Will has to really kind of figure out what to do. So if you have LGBTQ individuals who are looking for coming of age stories, things that to help them find themselves, definitely give them Will on the Inside by Andrew Ilopoulos. Okay, The Probability of Everything. I have to tell you, so many people have talked about this book. I've seen a lot of praise about this book, and rightfully so. This is written by Sarah Everett, and this has received starred reviews in Booklist, Publishers Weekly, and Kirkus. So the premise is that this young woman named Kemi Carter, she's 11 years old. She's a Nigerian American and a 6th grader. She has learned that an asteroid is set to destroy Earth in 4 days. And the asteroid is called Amplus 68. What people don't know about Kemi is that she is also an aspiring scientist. And since she's learned that Earth is going to be destroyed in 4 days, she wants to try to find a way to record her family's life and what life was like. So she decides to put together a time capsule to capture everything about her family. And her family life is great. She loves her family. She doesn't love the prejudiced neighbor living next door to them, but she loves her family. So she's starting to put together things in this time capsule but she's slowly noticing that she's the only one that's taking this threat of the asteroid seriously. This is a gut-punching book. It explores themes of death and childhood death, and there's a twist at the end of the book. I'm not giving it away. Like I said, it deserves all the praise that it's getting. Definitely get your hands on The Probability of Everything by Sarah Everett. Okay, we are moving now to graphic novels and manga. Our first selection is Tegan and Sarah, Junior High, Book 1. This is written by sisters Tegan Quinn and Sarah Quinn. They're identical twin sisters, and illustrated by Tilly Walden. Tegan and Sarah are known in the music scene for their indie pop and pop music. I did not know who they were until reading this book. This book focuses on the two identical twin sisters and how they grew up in Canada and the struggles of junior high life. These twins go through everything together: first periods, first time buying a bra and feeling kind of humiliated because mom is buying it, first crushes, questioning their sexuality. I thought this was an honest portrayal of junior high life because there are so many instances where friends are friends with other people and you're jealous because that other person is their friend and not friends with you. I really love that middle school dynamic. I think that's why it was so appealing to me. And the colors and the illustrations are great. It also showed how they started writing, how they found music. Their stepdad had a guitar in the garage, and the twins were really smitten with the guitar, so much that they started writing music, and they actually perform in the book. They perform at a friend's party and everybody's cheering for them. And in the back of the book, there's actual pictures of them as middle schoolers, and it has the lyrics of their first song that they sing in the book. So it was really cool to tie that in. I thought that was really, really neat. This is the first book in the series, so definitely check it out. Our second book on the graphic novels list is North Ranger. I really adored this teen LGBTQ graphic novel. This is written by Ray Terciero, which I didn't know this until I was looking further. It's Rex Ogle. Rex Ogle is a graphic novelist, and he wrote the book Four Eyes. So definitely check that book out too. It is illustrated by Bray Indigo. And this is a teen LGBTQ graphic novel, and it takes place in Texas. And Cade Munoz is this young man who is growing up as a closeted queer teen in rural Texas. And he loves horror films. He loves horror films. It's a way to get a good scare. But growing up as a closeted queer teen in Texas is way scarier to him. Cade and his stepfather, they decide to spend the summer together working as ranch hands to earn extra money because the money is tight in their family. And Cade does not want to be at a ranch in Texas. That's the last thing he wants to do. But he understands that his mom needs the money. The only silver lining at the ranch are these two teen twin siblings that live on the ranch, Henry and Henrietta. And Cade has an immediate crush on Henry. They're invited to stay at the general's mansion. Henry and Henrietta call their father the general because he worked in the military, and Cade's stepfather worked with the general. And so all of these guys are invited to stay at the general's mansion, which he calls North Ranger. And it's there that Cade is learning that this family has secrets. So several local deaths have been connected to this family, and Henry is refusing to answer Cade's questions about them. This book was based off of Jane Austen's book, Northanger Abbey. So it has that Southern Gothic feel to it. And the black, brown, and kind of sepia toned illustrations really add to the story. I thought the romance was sweet and the secrets are even juicier. So definitely pick up North Ranger by Ray Terciero. This one was also one of my favorite graphic novels to read. This is called Constellations. This is written and illustrated by Kate Glasheen. This received starred reviews from School Library Journal, Publishers Weekly, and Booklist. And so our main character, Claire, she's dealt with this one question her entire life. Are you supposed to be a boy or a girl? She's tired of that question. She doesn't know what she wants or who she wants to be. She's harassed at school constantly just because of the way she looks. She's groped at a party. And the way Claire survives is by drinking alcohol. And this is 1980s Troy, New York is where she grows up in. So she survives by drinking alcohol with a classmate. And one time she just got done drinking with her classmate and she was riding her bike while drunk and she ran into a pedestrian. And so after that incident, she is sent to court-ordered rehab. And so there she meets a therapist, and the therapist helps Claire and 4 other teens find sobriety. And this therapist named Charlie, he helps them fight their addictions. This was made with watercolor inks, and I really loved how Kate explores gender identity and recovery and just learning about who you want to be. And the therapist says, find your constellations, find the things that help guide you to where you want to go. And it's just a beautiful story. If you get a chance, please pick up Constellations. It's a great, great read. Okay, so what am I reading, or what I'm going to be getting on the shelves when I go to the library today? The book to your left is Riley Sager's The Only One Left. I picked this up yesterday and I am excited to read this book because I'm a fan of Riley Sager. If you don't know, with the premise of this, Kit is the main character. Kit loses her job as a home health aide. And when a patient that died, how should I put this? She lost her job as a home health aide and a patient died under suspicious circumstances. So she's given one last opportunity of employment, and it's a job that requires her to care for Lenora Hope. And Lenora Hope is a longtime suspect in a murder of her whole family. So it has kind of that gothic mystery savvy type of thrill to it. So I'm looking forward to delving into that. The second book that I have checked out that I got yesterday is called The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich. This is an LGBTQ graphic novel by Daya Munoz. And this I've heard so much about. Tirza Price recommended it on her podcast. It's about Lady Camembert, and she has to disguise herself as a man to avoid marrying, because that's what's expected of her. She's expected to marry a man, but her father has died. And so in order to keep her fortune, after he died, she disguises herself as a man and to keep her money. But she can't keep her low profile enough because she's met a fashionable and fierce princess named Bree, and they bond over grilled cheese sandwiches. Very interesting title, but I'm excited to read it. And that could be a really great program for a teen program. You guys read the novels together and teach them how to make grilled cheese sandwiches. So I'm excited to read The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich. And then the book to your right is called Solitaire. That's by Alice Oseman, who is well known in the Heartstopper series. Everyone has talked about Heartstopper. But this book is important because it introduces readers to Nick and Charlie, which are the 2 main characters from the Heartstopper series. So I've heard good things about it, and it finally came on hold for me, which I need to go pick it up today. So those are the books that I am going to be reading. And I wanted to throw this in really quickly because there's a whole bunch of collection development items out right now. If you haven't had a chance, definitely take a peek at these. if you get a chance, Google Publishers Weekly Fall 2023 Children's Sneak Previews. That'll give you kind of a list of a rundown of the different types of books that are coming out this fall from different publishers. Also, Google Scholastic Fall Preview or Fall 2023 Preview. I love Scholastic's previews because they give you short 5-minute videos from the authors themselves about what's coming out. I can tell you Lauren Tarshish, she's coming out with a brand new I Survived book. Also, Alice Olsman is coming out with Heartstopper Volume 5. I about freaked out when I saw that on that video. I was like, oh my God. So definitely check out the Scholastic Fall preview videos because it's great. They go from picture books all the way to teen and nonfiction. School Library Journal and the Teen Librarian Toolbox, check out their book mail. It's on the School Library Journal page. Just type in book mail, but they have someone that reviews all these new kids and young adult releases that are coming soon. So they just put together a list each month of the new children's books and teen books that are coming out. So definitely check out the School Library Journal, Teen Librarian Toolbox book mail. It's a great resource. Also, if you have not checked out Book Riot, I love Book Riot because I get a lot of recommendations from there. But they also have what's called it's a monthly young adult new release page. So if you just Google Book Riot monthly YA new releases, each month there's a list of different books that are coming out that are young adult related, or they're to be coming out soon. And Tiers of Price has written several of these monthly YA new release articles. So definitely check that out. Something to definitely consider. Just so you know, there is a giveaway. We'll pick 3 winners that will receive a Check It Out prize book pack, and the packs will be sent via Iowa Shares. And I just want to say congratulations to our May winners, Emily Tuft from Northwood Public Library, Paula Spoo from Esterville Public Library, and Deb Neiman from Benny Gambiani, Public Library from Shell Rock. And Sam, can you come onto the screen?
I am at your beck and call.
Okay. Is it okay if I announce the save the date?
Yeah, because your newsletter is going out soon, right?
Yes, it is going out soon.
Yeah, I think so. These
so
people get the sneakiest of sneakiest of sneaky peeks.
You guys do get the sneakiest of sneak peeks today, because guess what? I need you guys to save the date because the Pop YS Youth Services Conference is coming back April 8th through 9th, 2024. You heard it here first. We'll have more information coming soon, but Sam and I and the Pop YS Con team, we have been planning and working hard on putting this conference back on. So stay tuned for more information, but keep that date on your radar for next April 8th through 9th, 2024, Pop YS Youth Service Conference. And with that, with 4 minutes left, I just want to say thank you, and Check It Out will return Tuesday, July 25th from 11 a.m. to noon. Where is it going to be?
The conference is in Ames again.
Yes.
Check It Out is going to be back in Zoom, unfortunately. Although I do think it would be kind of fun to do a Check It Out live at the conference. So that's a fun. You know how like sometimes they'll do like podcasts live from a conference?
Mm-hmm.
I just think it'd be fun.
I'd love to do it.
Kind of trendy. You'd have even more stuff to haul because you'd have to haul all your books up there. But
50 billion books.
Yes. Wait, don't tell me live. I can be like on the side cracking jokes maybe as we go through, and Janeé's like so seriously explaining everything. No, I'm just kidding.
I would love for you to crack jokes. Bring some witty banter. Everybody likes witty banter.
Goes better in person than it does over Zoom. But
right.
Well, wonderful. Thank you, Janeé, for another excellent session. I always add stuff to my library holds list after these, and I'm not even purchasing for a library right now. So Always fun and exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. We'll see you back here in July. Best of luck with all your summer reading programming. Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.